is hitting the road. John Oliver Live is going to come to the Akron Civic Theater, and it's a few weeks away, Wednesday, October the 11th. You can go to livenation.com for any info on the tickets if you don't win them here. But if you're caller 10, you will. Good luck. 2 for John Oliver. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Brain dead entertainment throughout history. The Cup and Ball, the Yo-Yo, Pong, the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
$35192. Want to send me a text. You can watch the live video stream at alancoxshow.com. If you listen on iHeartRadio, leave me messages there. We'll talk back button. Next week on the program, as far as prizes go, going to be looking ahead to Halloween. I will have Factory of Terror passes for you all next week. That's coming up in Canton. I will put you at Cedar Point. The Mushroom Head 30th anniversary and Halloween show. That's at the Agora on October 28th. We'll put you at that all week. And then if you want to go see Saliva and Drowning Pool.
Who?
They are bringing the Snafu Tour to the House of Blues end of this month, the 27th, with Adelita's Way and Any Given Sin. So Drowning Pool and Saliva doing a co-headlining tour. We've got a VIP package for you at WMMS.com, registered for the meet and greet with Saliva.
I would like to meet and greet them.
I'd like to see Bill Squire back there hosting.
Click, boom! Oh, my new headphone pads.
Did they fall right off?
They fell right off.
Oh, man.
They're so...
Well, you got to suffer for your art.
Yeah.
That's
it's
okay.
all right. They're fine. They work.
They're hard to get on
yeah.
these. Yeah.
I got new ones, though.
New pads.
New pads. I've had those ones for 2 or 3 years, and they were all ripped to shred, and you could feel the spongy part hitting your ear, and that's
no good. Nope.
So, got some fresh pads today.
You want them sealed. You want them over your ears.
Mm-hmm.
These fresh pads. So that's next week on the program. My buddy comedian Jesse Joyce is going to be joining us.
Oh, hey.
You know Jesse.
I do, too.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever met him in person, though. I know him. He's a very funny dude.
He and I go back a long time. He's got a book. He can't write either because of the strike. He's usually in somebody's writer's room. But he's got a book. So we'll talk about that next week. And whatever else we can squeeze in. Who else is coming on the show next week? Don't know yet. But we'll talk to Jesse on Tuesday. We're going to play a little game with Poundcake a little bit later on.
I got a big announcement on Monday. Big announcement. Oh, yeah.
You don't want to tease it at all?
No.
There's nothing you can say about it now?
Give it all away.
Not give it all away.
Give it away.
Is this a comedy announcement?
Yes. Well, right. No, I mean, anything else going on in my life?
I don't know.
You guys got all mad when I talked about the pool table sex, so I won't be bringing that stuff up again.
We didn't get mad. Mary got mad.
Well, Mary gets mad about it.
Yeah, I didn't get mad. I want you to live your best life.
I have been. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good times over at Squifle Tower.
It should be.
But yeah, big comedy announcement on Monday.
Okay.
Very excited for it.
Are you opening for someone, or is it a headlining thing?
It's a headlining thing. Yeah.
Is it you and Poundcake going out and doing some dates?
That's exactly what it is. Damn it.
You did give it all away. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm so good at the guessing game that I couldn't hold it in. If you do listen to us on iHeartRadio, by the way.
I do have an opening announcement, though. I'm opening for Joe Mandy out in Pittsburgh in a couple weeks.
Ooh, Joe Mandy.
Yeah, he's going to be going around doing some touring because he
he's
can't write either.
He's a sweet little boy.
Yeah, he's great. Right. I love that dude. We've gotten to be pretty good friends just from comedy, and we both love basketball. So.
Oh, I'm not thinking that's Joe Mandy. We've had him on the show before.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? Joe, he looks like he's got a baby face.
Who's the comic? Johnny Pemberton?
No. Joe somebody. He's kind of chubby, but he's got a baby.
Oh, you're thinking of Joe Maki.
Joe Maki is who I'm thinking of. That's right.
Yeah.
That's who
He's
I'm
a funny dude,
of.
too.
Yep. He's from PA. That's who I'm thinking of. Joe Mandy, you'll be with him
wrote on
in Pittsburgh.
The Good Place and Parks and Rec, and
Yeah.
he's
I saw him on Hacks.
Yeah, Hacks.
Gwen watches Hacks, and
Yeah.
he was on
Hacks
that.
is a good show.
Yeah.
I'm like a season behind, but I enjoy that show quite a bit.
Well, every show is going to be a season behind now
Right.
because nothing's happening. If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, though, tell me where, if you're from out of state, so I can put you on this big map back here for people who care. One of our bureau chiefs. Don listens in Rowlett, Texas. Darren's in Honolulu. Brad listens in Yukon, Oklahoma. You should try to get a gig in Yukon, Poundcake. See what they got going on out there.
Is that where the potatoes are from?
You know, we have all those.
Yukon Gold?
That's Idaho. You know, we have all of these bureau chiefs all throughout this great country. Rarely a state is not represented by somebody. We do have a couple of states with nobody, but ththose are few and far between.
What states don't we have anybody?
Well, maybe we don't anymore. For a while.
I thought we had 50 for...
Yeah, I'm just looking at the map, giving it a cursory glance here. I guess you're right, but you know, you could avail yourself of all of these people in these states and go, hey, what's this town like, X, Y, and Z? And, you know, you could be on there in Yukon, Oklahoma.
I'd be open to that.
Yeah.
The weather, it's not cold, but it's not hot either, right? Is it like...
Oklahoma, I mean, I think you're probably in Tornado Alley, but other than that, it's a 4-hour flight from Cleveland. It's suburban Oklahoma City. So technically you would be on the air in Oklahoma City.
I've driven through Oklahoma City.
Oh, there you go.
I was there last year. It's a city.
Mm-hmm. OKC.
It's very weird because it's so flat. I don't know what city. I don't know if it was a suburb that we were looking at, but we were driving through. Let me make sure I'm talking about the right place. Because it was Oklahoma City. Because right before we got into Texas, it was so flat we could see like the other city. Like
There's no hills.
We saw a skyline from another city. I forget which city it was though. I mean, because I didn't know the area that well. But
Tulsa?
I don't know. We were on a major highway.
Major highway.
Mm-hmm.
Yukon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it was really cool. Like there wasn't a cloud in the sky, and there was nothing obstructing like your sight for miles. So we could see like the skyline of another city way back in the background. So that was pretty cool.
Well, 44 is a straight shot between Oklahoma City and Tulsa.
I think that's what it was.
There you go.
Because we went through. Does that go through Amarillo?
Amarillo, Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we went through.
Yep. Sure
And
does.
then we stayed a night in New Mexico.
Well, 40 goes through, but yeah, you probably came down 44 to 40.
Yeah, that was a road trip of a lifetime. I don't think I'll ever do that again.
Why not?
Because I don't think I'll have any need to do that.
No need to do it. Okay.
I was moving my friend from Columbus to what was she moving? Tempe? Yeah.
Mhm.
So that I was helping her move, and we were in a U-Haul, and we drove like 30 hours, and we stayed. I think our first stop was in Missouri.
And you got to know each other pretty well, didn't you? It was a trip of a lifetime.
Yeah,
How's she doing?
She's doing great. She just celebrated her 30th. She just had her dirty 30th.
She's still in Tempe?
She's in Arizona, but I think she's in Phoenix.
All right, sir. Well, a lot of people want to go to Phoenix.
What up, Alan? I find it interesting that all these aliens are able to fly across space in these fancy spaceships that can do all these crazy maneuvers or whatever that we can't do. And when they finally get to the planet, when people see them, they're always naked. There's no special suits, nothing they use to breathe our air. It's just naked, weird shaped bodies. That's crazy. All right, later.
Well, it's because they don't have the same hangups that we do with our Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah, they don't wear clothes. What's clothes for?
Hey, Pancake.
Yes?
What's up, man?
Whoa.
You know who this is?
Ghost Pack?
Yeah, that's right. Where you been, baby?
I'm good. I just haven't heard from you in a while.
That's right. I've been hanging out in people's backyards in Las Vegas.
So it was you.
It was me, sucker!
So it wasn't an alien, it was a ghost.
Well, they're pretty stupid. They don't know one from the
I
other.
was like, well, it's one mythical creature, trade one mythical creature for another. No one really thinks ghosts exist.
Are you calling me a mythical creature?
I'm
You
not.
Son of a bitch.
You're classified as a mythical creature.
Ghosts are not classified as mythical creatures.
Like a unicorn, yeah.
I am not a unicorn, you big dummy.
I'm not a big dummy. I didn't classify you
You
as that.
think I'm like a unicorn?
No, 'cause I
Unicorn's made up.
I saw you, so I know you're real. But people don't believe me. People don't believe my mom saw a pterodactyl. I'm just saying there's some people out here that, can't wrap their brains around something that they don't understand.
Yeah, man, I'm just telling you, I spent a little bit of time out in Vegas. I got all the rubes worked up. And now I'm back here. I figured I'd check in with you.
Well, you didn't have any fun in Vegas other than...
Oh, I had a great time, don't get me wrong.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I went all over the place. It's Vegas, baby. But what happens there stays there, so I can't say anything about it.
You go to the bunny ranch or the cat house?
The Bunny Ranch? You know I only want to watch you. I don't care what them hoes are doing out there.
Oh, gee.
I want to see what my hoe is doing here.
He's been busy, so you missed out on a lot.
Oh, damn it. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have left town. I got back yesterday just in time to hear you talking about being in solitary confinement. How prison would be great, because you just lie around whacking off with the rats.
Yeah, but you heard the last part. You didn't say how I got there. And that was with smearing poop all over myself. I don't think I would be very attractive in that moment.
Oh, I don't care, baby. You can smear whatever you want all over yourself.
Oh, you find me that attractive?
I'm not judgmental, Poundcake. I'm not like you. I don't consider you a mythological creature.
Yeah, you can't smell, so that's good.
I can smell.
No, you can't. You ain't got no nose.
Don't tell me what I can't do. Who the hell do you think you are telling me what I can't do?
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
I can smell just fine.
Well, I'm extra grateful that you still decide to stick around after all my hookups.
Yeah, man, those really stink too. God damn, do those
Stinky,
stink.
as people
Oh
hate that
my
I say.
God, I wish I couldn't smell. Oh.
Yeah, after Jim ain't got nothing on me.
No, yeah, right. Anyway, I just want to poke my head in and say hi and let you know that I've been thinking about you in solitary confinement. Just you and me.
Okay. Well, that gives me something to look forward to, I guess. I won't ever be completely alone.
That's right. So get out there this weekend and cause some trouble so you get arrested. So you get thrown in the can, baby.
All right. I'm glad you got my back.
I got you back. All right, I gotta go.
Right.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad I'm so adorable that no matter what.
What's that?
I said, I'm glad I'm so adorable that no matter what, someone will take me as I am.
Well, yeah, there are
There's a lot of people on there.
there's a lot of people who aren't very discerning in their tastes.
Mhm.
That's all right. That's what you got to really kind of hope for. You know, I was reading about dating red flags, and how it's much more fun if you date a person.
With red flags?
No,
Get it?
stupid.
Wait, what?
Feel good.
I got it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's see if Poundcake can figure this out.
I was reading an article about dating red flags.
But it's more fun if you date an actual person.
Oh, you're dating the actual flag.
Boom.
Listen, not my best work, but certainly nothing that I thought anybody would stumble over.
Well,
Anywho.
Poundcake just got so excited about the idea of dating somebody that's problematic that he's like, ooh,
He really did. Yeah, that better be red as
He
far as
likes
the eye
that.
can see. I don't want no green flags.
he likes them red flags.
You know, people never tell me I have red flags, but I imagine I do because I can't keep a man worth nothing.
Well, but you act like 2 dates, and they're out.
3 dates and they're out.
Well, but you dated McBoyfriend for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but I had to go through so many dates to get to that point. Like,
Yeah,
I've
but
only had-
everybody does. That's what people complain about. They're like, why can't I find a good fill in the blank, you know?
Well, I imagine I have red flags that other people have noticed that they're just not. They haven't told me because I don't. Maybe I just don't want to know. I don't ask. I'm like, hey, by the way, why did we stop talking? Why did we stop dating? I just assume they have stuff going on in their life. I have stuff going on in my life, so we just didn't, mesh. I've never really asked. I'm like, what baggage should I have that you just were like, I'm not going to tolerate?
Yeah, but also red flags differ so much person to person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What people will put up with.
I had a guy that was like super private. He was a super hoe, but he didn't want everyone to know he was a super hoe. He was like, well, I don't like the fact that you have a very public job. I said, but I'm not going to talk about you. He's like, it doesn't matter if I'm seen in public with you. I'm like, no, that's not the reason why. You have hoed with everyone.
Seen in public?
He didn't want to be seen in public with
That
me.
is a red flag.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a wife at home.
No, I kind of did my I almost
You did your
opposite. I did my research on him, not opposition research, but I did my research on him. It wasn't that. I just think that he was such a hoe with so many other gays in the area that.
Well, he also, it sounds like he didn't want to stop hoeing either.
Correct. Like,
Yeah.
I think after you build up a certain.
Can make a hoe a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, how am I supposed to have you on my arm where everyone was just like, oh, I was just with him the other day. And he was just.
That's why you just got to be honest about it. You got to be upfront, be like, hey, this is a casual thing. I'm going to date other people. It's okay if you do the same.
Yeah.
Not people don't like that.
Well,
But
the
some people are fine with it.
article I was reading is about a survey they did of 1,000 women, primarily Gen Z, some millennials, 18 to 34 was the demo they were looking at what the biggest red flags for those women in that group were. And they said one of the biggest red flags was if the guy, quote, listens to Joe Rogan. An even bigger red flag than if the guy owns a gun. That is leaving a lot of you dudes out in the cold, by the way. A lot of you dudes out in the cold.
Screw them, go gay.
That'll teach them.
There's plenty.
That'll teach
plenty
them.
of girls.
You got to get Joe Rogan to say that,
Plenty of
and then they will.
guys will appreciate that. You don't want them, so we'll take them.
Well, but again, the Joe Rogan podcast is like the most popular one in the entire world. So for girls to go, I mean, again, we know exactly what they're talking about, but also it's leaving a lot of people out in the cold.
I never even made it through a whole Joe Rogan episode.
I have, but he's not even really like controversial just because he's not.
I'm
like,
not saying it's controversial. I just found it not super interesting.
very long.
Yeah, they are so long.
They have some episodes.
That's why
I've pretty much stopped listening to podcasts because my commute's so short now that there's nothing to
get in 15 minutes.
Well, not even. It's like 10 minutes, and I'm here, and by the time my Bluetooth connects, I'm on the shoreway already.
How the hell do you get there in 10
I know,
minutes?
fast, man.
I was like, mine's 13.
Yeah, I live closer.
Not really.
Well, it's also funny, too, because we'll have these meetings. We had one on Monday here
Yeah.
at iHeart Cleveland. We'll have these meetings with, like, the digital team or whatever, and they come in every year, and they tell you it's basically like they do a big presentation that you can easily distill down into, hey, post more on TikTok, But it's funny because they'll throw data at us, and they'll go, you got to get people quick because people's attention spans are so short. I'm like, well, which is it? Are people's attention spans 8 seconds or 4 hours? And I know that there's a difference there between, people who are hunkering down to listen to a 4-hour podcast or a show like this, right? But most people are not listening to this program live all at once. They're listening at another time all at once. And I'm sure there's people chopping up a Rogan show too. But nobody can seem to figure out where people's attention spans are.
Well, if you're posting on Instagram or TikTok, you're really at the mercy of the first people that view your video in the algorithm.
The algorithm, yeah.
So if it catches those people, then it's got a chance to succeed. But if they just happen to be like, I'm not feeling it today. Like I've had some videos hit over the past couple weeks. I've had a few videos hit real big on Instagram, but then like the follow-up videos always like 2,000, 3,000 views.
Right.
Whereas the other ones are getting like hundreds of thousands of views. And it's just.
There's a lot of zombie scrolling going on.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So, yeah, a lot of Gen Z and millennial women think that listening to Rogan is a big flag. MAGA is a huge red flag, as opposed to a red cap. which is what a lot of those people
Well, a
enjoy.
lot of them have a red flag, too, that says, make America great again.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
And girls say guys with no hobbies is a big red flag. Now, what if your hobby is listening to the Joe Rogan show?
Well, then it's take that, ladies.
Yeah.
I got a hobby, so we knocked one of those red flags out.
I also love the irony completely lost on the women who said that any guy who identifies as a communist is a major red flag, which it is. So
Quite literally.
yeah. Anyway, you young gals, you got a lot of stuff going on.
All right, what's
And if I were a single guy, that would be my dating pool. I never dated women my own age. So obviously it's not something that affects me, but you single guys, Squifle Tower,
yeah?
it's
I
hopping
don't-
up there.
I don't listen to Joe Rogan. I'm not a MAGA guy.
He's not a communist.
I'm not a communist, and I have a few hobbies.
Pool table maintenance being one of them. Refelting his surfaces.
There's no point in refelting it at this point.
Have you ever considered putting felt on more surfaces than the pool table to
Let's see
make
what
them
happens.
more?
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be a real magnet.
Maybe that's what I'll do next. Just get a nice felt couch,
Mhm.
felt dining table.
A felt couch.
Yes.
Oh, it's like sitting
Uh,
on Kermit's face.
Yeah, I collect records. I collect
Mhm.
shoes. I play records.
And shoe.
Play
I play
guitar.
shoes.
I got some hobbies.
That's right. You play guitar?
I got my dog.
Oh,
yeah.
good for you.
I play guitar not very often, but I am still very bad at it.
You've called in before when you were on the road playing guitar. This was when Bill was in Cincinnati. He just called, got hammered, and left a message on the after hours line.
I do kind of want to get an electric guitar again, though. I haven't had an electric guitar in 20 years, and I'm kind of getting that itch where I might have to get an electric guitar. Didn't you get an electric guitar?
Shut up, Bill.
Eat that, you piece of crap.
I got to take a break. Hey, you want those Extreme tickets? The guys from Boston have announced they're going on the road. Extreme and special guest Living Color. Very excited for this tour. They're coming to MGM Northfield Park in a couple of months. So I'll get a couple of tickets for you coming back.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio. The countdown is on to our 2020